In doing this over a decade, I have never seen a court, ever, the way this one was for AAO and One Family.
Kind of number 1 or number 2 ranked teams in our circuit.
The crowd, the energy, that was one of the best AAU games I ever been a part of.
Especially with us, we got a target on our back since we're one of the big ones. The atmosphere is crazy, everybody's surrounding the court. Coaches loaded on that one side on the baseline.
I don't want to misquote myself, but I think it was 90 plus coaches just on that game watching us versus a team from Arkansas.
I want to say every Power 5 conference was represented.
You've got USC sitting there with Coach Enfield. You've got Dusty May coming off the Final Four at FAU sitting there.
Texas was there. Baylor was there. Georgia was definitely there. UCLA was there. Louisville was there.
You've got Missouri in the house.
San Diego State was there.
Arkansas's in the house. Florida's in the house.
And I want to say at least 2 schools from every Power 5 conference were in attendance to go along with a plethora of Division II schools and Division III coaches as well. We're in the building for that game.
He was kind of a signature player for us. He didn't dominate in the sense that he was head and shoulders above everybody else because there were teams that went at him. I mean, he was a target.
Man, the game itself, we knew they were going to be a good matchup for us because we were a little bigger and they play a little small ball. And so we knew that we were going to run into some troubles with key matchups or certain matchups in space, but the game itself was exciting.
These were the 2 undefeated teams on our circuit, a new circuit, so everybody's interested in seeing what that looks like. What's the standard like? What does it take to be an undefeated team on this kind of circuit? The one thing that happened in that game that I had never seen before was second half rolls around, similar to how the Warriors used to do. You would know, hey, when they go on their run, it's over. When they punch, it's over. And for the first time ever, somebody punched back.
Look, Lane Taylor wasn't on the radar for a lot of people coming into this year, and I'll never forget, I got a call in February, and it's Sean Seiler of AAO, the director on the boys' side, saying, hey, we got this Lane kid, you should talk to him, he's really good, he's talented. And okay, tell me about him. Oh, well, he's 5'9", but he's really talented, he doesn't have a Division I offer. Folks, there's a lot of 5'9" guys. There's a lot of 5'10" guys. There's a lot of 5'11" guys. There's a lot of 6 foot guys. Lane Taylor's different, man. He's cut from a different cloth. Every now and then you have this, opportunity to where a young man like a Lane really separates himself.
He arrived that weekend, if you will.
The atmosphere was insane. It was packed. I mean, people were lined up watching, yelling. All of our fans were going crazy. We had 15U, 16U, 17U, everybody. It was packed. Felt like a high school basketball game, like a rival game, like just you're playing your hometown rival, so it was really cool.
33. Dude,
Lane Taylor?
he did not miss. It's tough, real tough. It's hard to guard when you're not missing a shot.
They were obviously favorites going into it because we're not near as athletic or big as them. And then we just put on a show. I mean, we won by 20. We shot it really well. We just play really well together. It doesn't really feel like an AAU team. A lot of times you have selfishness and pride involved in AAU, and we don't have that at all. We can all shoot it really well. We're all great ball handlers and really good decision makers. That's not talked about enough, how good of decision makers everybody is.
I talked to Lane and Ty after the game. I pulled them aside. Hey guys, what's going on here? Who are you hearing from D2 level the most? And I kind of knew right when I heard that was going to change in the next few months.
Yeah, my recruitment hasn't blown up yet like I think it will. I have 2 mid-majors, the D1s that have talked to me, and then D2s, and that's really pretty much it. I probably have 6 or 7 colleges that I actually talk to on a regular basis. And their team, ACE obviously has a bunch of offers, and all of their kids had a bunch of offers, so that was really neat getting to play against kids like that, and there were a ton of coaches there. The baseline was full.
Oh, it puts the players in position to be seen by eyes that could really change their life. Because those coaches might not be there for them, right? They're there possibly to watch that game because it's such a high-level game and to see those guys. But those coaches at the same time communicate with other coaches. So, those coaches would definitely be able to tell one of their friends, at another level, at another school about a kid that they seen at that game. So that definitely put those players in a position to change their life.
One of the best performances I've ever seen, considering, again, who he was playing.
And obviously the talent's insane. I mean, we just played kids. They're all going to be on TV in a couple of years playing basketball. And the college coaches have been lined up. I mean, it's been a really good, well put together league.
That team, comes out and throws some upsets on the board and beats one family and got a lot of attention. And he proved that he wasn't a one-hit wonder. He was consistent all the way through, and he blew up on the recruiting landscape. Here's this kind of small, unassuming point guard from Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, I love Arkansas. I can go ride four-wheelers, and then I can go hit golf balls at Top Golf at the same time, so it's pretty neat. Me and my dad and my brother, really, we'd get in fights playing ping pong, basketball, whatever it is. Definitely my dad. He's raised me to be a really tough kid, and then competing with my younger brother has been a lot of fist fights, and my mom having to break it up and stuff. My dad's basketball coach, so I've moved a lot. I've been to 6 or 7 different schools, but they've all been in Arkansas.
He's played on shoe circuits before, and obviously he was a year younger then, but I think Lane would probably be the first to tell you, his exposure and the offers that came from that were a direct reflection from playing on this circuit. Obviously he's talented. I mean, you don't get offers if you're not talented regardless of what platform you play on, but when he played, I mean, it was just fun to watch his name grow and grow.
Oh, he started to become one of the main attractions. Other teams and players, they would flock to the court that AAO Flight was playing on just to see what Lane Taylor would do. And I think a lot of that is not just his basketball skills, but his personality.
That's insane. I mean, in high school games, after high school games at Farmington, I have little kids come up to me and ask for autographs and stuff. But that was different. I've never had random adults come up to me asking where I'm from. That's really unique. I've never experienced anything like that. But I think part of it comes from my size, because you don't look at me and think I'm going to go dominate a game. And I'm not the most athletic guy, so that's part of the reason I like being an inspiration. And I get to experience stuff like that. That's pretty neat.
And he had a counterpart on that team, Ty Robinson, had a similar kind of path this summer as far as playing with a lot of confidence and having success, and the exposure and recruiting materialized for him.
I think PRO16's been amazing for me just because
I mean, before this, I didn't have much of an opportunity. You know, coming from Arkansas, there's not many coaches that'll come and look at you just because Arkansas, I would say, is very overlooked in recruiting wise. And this has been a blessing just for our guys in the state of Arkansas. Maybe that we won't get as overlooked anymore.
People don't realize how competitive he is, and just like his willingness to win is through the roof. That's our whole team, but Ty's gonna blow up. Ty's a great player. He's gonna be playing on TV too in a couple years.
Ty Robinson is one of the better shooters that I've seen over the past few years from just a strictly mechanical standpoint. He's also one of the toughest guys in the gym.
When you have so many good guards that we have that are able to be ball dominant, it helps when you have guys like me and guys like Mason and Owen that can move off ball and create their shot without having to dribble. And just being able to crash the board, even though I can create off dribble, but it's one of those things where we have so many guards that I don't have to. There's no point in me doing it when we have other guys that can do that.
The way they played, the way they moved the ball, their shot making ability, like everybody on the floor knew their role.
We're very together. I mean, you go out there and you look at us, we probably don't look like much. I mean, we understand that, but we play as one, and we're a very close-knit team that's really helped us, you know, throughout the live events.
Trey Trumbo is our coach, Coach Trumbo. He is a very mild-mannered guy, extremely smart. He should be a high school or college coach. How good of a coach he is. But his message just to us is always the same, play hard and have fun, and we did that. We came out with it. He just tells us to be us and go out and enjoy it. So really, I mean, to him, this was just another game. I don't know, he doesn't really keep up with all the offers and names and stuff. To him, we were just trying to win a game. So going into the game, all of the kids were super hyped up knowing we were getting to play these guys. But our coaches told us to be us and have fun.
We're not the Power Five, so playing these Power Fives has definitely helped us a lot just to put our names out there, because we know that we can play, but it's just one of those things where PRO16 has put us out there.
You've got David and you've got Goliath. And David takes down Goliath because of Ty Robinson hitting some key shots and Lane Taylor. The kid had the game of his life.
You know, you had kids that weren't even associated with AAO's program rooting for Lane, and one family were kind of the villains in that.
So we went to the AAO flight game against one family, and it was packed. Like, there's just everybody around the gym. I mean, everybody was just, it was going crazy. I feel like one family was the villain.
We've been playing the villain, so it's kind of tough. So everybody's coming out for us, getting double teamed, trapped. Right after the game, some of us are like down, some of us are mad, some of us are like, so whatever, we get them back the next one. But give us about like 15 minutes, we back together, and now we planning on how to take over the next few games.
After a game like that, is like that's the beauty of basketball, is, you know, you get to play another game. And so it was just us reshifting our focus and watching that one away, watched a little bit of film, and talked about the things we felt that we need to improve on. Those are the type of games we want to be a part of. Those are the type of environment we want to be a part of, and that's what the PRO16 provided for us.
The biggest thing that's difficult about guarding Juden Nation is guarding Ryan Jones Jr.
Christian Anderson is on that squad, top 100 player. It's a point guard. There's a lot of talent between those two teams, and you know, both of them are in Florida, so it should make for a fun little rivalry.
even though the world's against us, everybody's against us, we just got to fight through it, pull it out, and get that dub. That was a good matchup because one of my high school teammates is on there, and especially playing against Aces, that was my first time ever playing against him, so that was a good experience.
So RJ Jones coming back for Juden Nation is huge. In this opening weekend of the live period in St. Louis, he was setting out with a hand injury, more or less just resting, making sure he was right before he came back. And you see he comes back in Wichita and performs, and instantly there was a cohesion between Christian Anderson and RJ Jones. They looked phenomenal, even pushing one family to their closest game yet before they lost to AAO. This Juden Nation team, if they can keep this up, they've got a chance to win the whole thing. They've got the talent, they've got the roster, and right now they've got one of the best 1-2 punches in the league.
And with Christian adding to the team, it was a good add because, like, with his shooting capability, him being able to pass the ball, a real good point guard helps our team a lot. We still got to learn each other a lot more, and with everybody back, I feel like this tournament we learned a lot about each other, especially with me back, learning all my players and stuff. But yeah, other than that, we're just a real hardcore team.
Obviously, RJ, he makes a big difference. Top 50 player in the country out of all positions, so I guess he just adds a lot of presence, and it makes the game so much easier for both myself and our teammates, because he opens the floor. They can't sag off. They have to be honest when they play him. So
I knew of him before his injury, and I had really liked him as a prospect before his injury. And then with his injury, I mean, just naturally, when you're not playing, you're going to be a name that kind of cools off in that recruiting space.
So, like I said, I still got to get in shape, and like it's a lot of running. And I knew this, and while I was doing recovery and stuff, I did a lot of running, but not a lot of basketball stuff because of my hand and stuff. So being on the court, it's a whole different story.
Conditioning is something that clearly it will get better, but that's what happens when you go out with an injury for a while. You're not able to work out, you're not able to get into game shape. You lose some of that stamina. I think we saw that. That being said, he still played phenomenal.
I mean, PRO16, we obviously have a great number of high-level guys here. We have, like I said, like Jason Asamoah, Asa Newell. They're both 5 stars in the 2024 class. And RJ, he's obviously going to be a high D1 player too. So playing against guys like that and playing against like high-caliber teams, so playing against teams like that, it's definitely going to get people recognition. Definitely going to put college coaches on notice. I feel like these guys are going to kind of give me a preview of what's going to be like in college. This session and last session, great gyms, a lot of D1 coaches, I guess, since it's a new circuit and I guess it's like not that well known yet. I guess people would assume that like no people would be looking at the players here, but there's definitely people watching. All high D1, some low D1, and other D2 and D3s, but all players can benefit from games like that.
Any player has an opportunity to really succeed here. And if you're good and you play well, there are going to be people that find you here.
The intrigue behind Andrell was as like a 6'4", 6'5", athletic wing that wasn't super skilled offensively, but could finish above the rim and had some really intriguing tools on the defensive end of the floor.
My name is Andrew Burton Jr. and I'm 17. I go to Campus High School, and in the summer I play for Midwest Buckets out of Wichita, Kansas. I started playing basketball competitively in the 6th grade. I started with a group called Wichita Basketball Society, and then from there I went to Vince's team called Buddy Buckets, and from there I've been going up and up.
Everybody kind of thought, oh, Andrell was just this athletic, bigger wing last year. But he's now a guy that can knock down, as we've seen this year, 5 to 7 threes in a single game, score off the dribble, carry a ton of usage for his team offensively, improved as a passer, become overall more skilled as a ball handler, grown into his frame, added some muscle over the year while still remaining a really solid defender with some massive upside on that end of the floor. For him to get to where he is after seeing him a year ago, it speaks volumes to his work ethic and character, and it also speaks volumes to his development curve when referencing where he could be about a year from now.
I want to be able to go to a 4-year college and be able to play basketball and maybe go to the NBA and like in 10 years be able to solidify my position in the NBA.
Ultimately though, the strides that he's made when you talk about his perimeter skill over the past few months has been exceptional to watch, and that's now why he is a surefire Division I player.
And you showed them who you are. Continue to be good teammates, fellas. Continue to be good teammates. That was a hell of a win right there. Let's go. Let's go. That was a hell of a win right there.
3 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
They're a really good team. We just saw them beat one family. We actually were tied with them until the end. That 33 kid, he's pretty solid. Hit a buzzer beater on us, so it was kind of unfortunate. I think Lane Taylor, I think that's his name, I thought he was super, super good. Thought he played a lot like Steph Curry.
Go back now, Alex!
pop really grew a lot in Wichita. He used that first weekend in St. Louis as a big bonus and averaged a double-double in Wichita.
After Wichita, he gets a call from Kansas and becomes another prospect on our circuit to hold a blue blood offer from Kansas and Coach Bill Self.
His points are largely coming from dunks and, inside stuff, but it's not just that, it's his rebounds, it's his blocks. He's going to be a guy you can plug in right away and he can give you some impact. Offensively, he's still got some development to do, right? But he does have defensive rebounding, the offensive rebounding, and the blocks that instantly, at 7 feet, he's going to be able to give somebody a big, big boost.
How would you summarize Wichita?
The turning point, for sure. The place a lot of people thought became a ghost town or was going to be a ghost town was, in my mind, the place to be for high school basketball that weekend.
Like a lot of people say it wasn't going to be like it is now. Like, it's a great experience, a lot of hype, a lot of coaches came out, which is really great, a lot of great teams.
Playing guys like this and playing in the circuit like this is, it's great for me and our team because we're just going to keep getting better.
It's definitely been great just to see the level of competition that this league brings is definitely amazing to see. Just for its first year, it's definitely amazing. Just everything about it just makes me feel blessed to be in the position to be a big name in this league. Is just definitely a blessing.
When you have the level of coaches that started to come in Wichita, as some labeled once upon a time on Twitter, was going to be a ghost town in Wichita. It was anything but that from a college coach's standpoint. Coach Calipari set the tone for the weekend. When Kentucky enters the house, it's a little different, folks. But I really felt like that was the moment where at that point, I didn't hear any more chirping. And if they were chirping at that point, you're just chirping to yourself because, unfortunately for your sake, you were wrong.
Once we started going, I just felt like this thing is bigger than anyone can stop it now.
So after Wichita, next up on the PRO16 circuit, we've got Phoenix for our last location. It is a non-live event, but a very impactful event as we look towards the PRO16 finals for seeding.
During the weekend, obviously, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're there, we're running the tournaments. We're making sure everything's going smoothly. We're setting up everything, we're tearing down everything, just kind of making sure that everything's going the way it's supposed to go. And then obviously during those weekends too, we're kind of starting preparations for the next week.
Banner hanging. Banner hanging might be tougher than scouting. It's actually not even close.
Every event, I feel like we learn something and we get better with the commitment from our partners in the programs and the exposure that we were able to generate with the college programs. Even in April, when the competition with the transfer portal was real, we had a lot of really good traction from April going into May and then May into July.
Tyrese came out to Phoenix. I think that was awesome, but just to have him in the gym and to really see, I think it was awesome to see because it kind of showed Tyrese's true colors as a person. Most NBA guys, if they come in, they might walk around for 30 minutes and then end up on a golf course. Tyrese truly cares about the kids in his program. Their 17U team was really intriguing to us this year. The connection to Dallas, a major market for high school basketball, one of the best in America for high school basketball. It starts with TJ Birch from the top. He was a joy to watch all year. I think just honestly because of how hard he competed. TJ Birch is probably 6 feet, maybe listed 6'1", but he lives in the paint. He lives in the restricted area. He lives at the free throw line. He embraces contact, and he makes it known every single game. He has a motor, plays with a chip on his shoulder, plays with a clear edge. He's going to get downhill. He's not going to shy away from contact. And TJ's another guy that this year, with his success, picked up 5 to 6 Division I offers and is going to continue to trend in that direction. Tyrod Mason's also a really big story for Max Levels, guy who now holds 10 plus Division I offers and some really strong mid-major offers as well. I believe he just got Oral Roberts a couple weeks back. 6'5" off guard that has already a college-ready frame, big-time athlete, high feel on both ends of the floor, defends, can shoot it, finishes around the rim, generates rim pressure. That duo of TJ and Tyron won a lot of games for Max Levels this year.
BTI and Nicholas Aminia's team really struggled in the first week of the season. In Wichita, we saw them get a little bit better, perform a little better, get on the W board. But really, this Phoenix weekend was incredible. What he was able to do, taking this team to a 4-0 record, you see a lot of growth.
I mean, just as a team, we've really been just working every weekend. We finally put together a team where we really started building chemistry. And coach has been working with us. We finally got some really good offense in. We're just figuring out each other. We really started to talk on defense now, and now just pulling out games. The first week it was like losing by just a couple points, not being able to close out those games. Second week we started getting a little better, and then finally this week we're finally able to just close those gaps. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty disrespected in a lot of different websites. But I mean, it's cool. I just use it for motivation. At the end of the day, rankings don't get people offers. They don't get you to college. They don't get you to the levels you want to go. So I mean, not a lot of people have the same offers or the great offers or the good offers that I have, and they're ranked higher. So I mean, at the end of the day, they don't really matter. It's all about going to college and just continue to get better.
I think RJ, big credit to him, he proved to a lot of people this year that not only could he stand in the face of adversity and climb back from that injury to become the player he once was, but also made a ton of strides from a development standpoint and bettered his stock this year with his play on both ends of the floor, really.
I don't know, the first tournament I wasn't there, and then we added another player, and then it's just getting our chemistry because we've been adding, and then a lot of injuries has been happening. So just finding our place and with our chemistry so we can just go.
I never take for granted somebody with size that is as skilled as RJ is. So I think the ceiling for him really is to whatever school he wants to go to in America. That's just personally how I feel about him. From a fit standpoint, he needs to go to a school that is going to let him be RJ and employ him in the right type of offense.
Xavier, Virginia Tech, LSU, and Florida, those are the main ones. So
Who's the team that has talked to you the most in the last 2 weeks?
Probably Virginia Tech. They've been on me really hard. They love my skill level, the way I can shoot, and it just matches their system. It's like a family, and just how they play is just amazing. I just like learning about the different schools. When I was younger, I always wondered what was college like, how does it work, and stuff like that. So just learning about them. And once that time comes, just make sure you know in your heart that that's really where you want to go, because you might be there the next 1, 2, 3, or 4 years.
It's a challenge every night. It's a very good league. We discovered that early. There's no easy games. Nobody's going to give you any wins. Well-coached teams, they got film on you, so they scout you a little bit. We've seen people kind of know our sets and different things like that, so it gives you that high school, college type of feel. Usually in AAU, you don't get that too much, so having this unique league where you play the same teams and you might get to see them again, has been the coaching aspect. You get to really highlight that.
$11 more minutes to Houston. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Come on, they don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. Let's go. Go. Knock it down. Knock it down. All year long, we've done this. Bill leaves, give it back. Bill leaves, give it back. Let's not give it back no more. You guys decide we're going to have you one. You want to be close and we stress ourselves out, or we want to blow them out so we can go back to Pennsylvania. 3-1 and qualify for PRO16 and be top 5 or top 10 seed in relegation. What do you want? Share the rock. It's better that way. It's beautiful that way. It's beautiful that way. Me over me. That's the concept. I'm not telling it to one person. I'm saying to everybody. It's beautiful that way. Oh, not easy. It's not easy. Good shot. Great shot. Great shot. Oh, welcome. Let's go. Keep the bus up. Catch that flight, baby. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy out here. Oh, got him. That's a hard point! 3 more! Give me a stop! Give me a stop! Give me a stop! It was like this. You should have said, yo, if you had banged it, I'd have called time out. I'd have walked off. I'd rather just be going home. We going home. Hey, let them know. Houston, here we come. Houston, here we come. Here we come. Let's go.